Meanwhile, it is crunch time at the Ohio State House. Lawmakers have about 1 month left to finalize the state's budget.
Yeah, we're getting a sneak peek at the state senators and what they want to do moving forward. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy joins us live after speaking with Senate leadership about some of the changes they hope to make. Natalie, we're talking about school funding and school choice.
That's right, and while lawmakers agree that fully funding public schools across the state is important and a priority, there's some disagreement about how to fund school choice, both across the aisle and chambers, and whether the state can afford it. Expanding school choice is something that some Republican lawmakers, like Senate President Matt Huffman, are pushing for in the state's budget.
School choice really is important to a lot of people.
Right now, the budget expands choice, but does not make it universal, something that could change within the next few days. And if it passes, means parents would be able to send their kids to any private or charter school on the taxpayer's dime.
I'm very concerned about a universal voucher.
The implementation of universal choice is estimated to cost the state more than $1 billion. Back in April, when the budget was in the House Finance Chairman Representative Jay Edwards told me making school choice universal would throw the budget out of whack. But Senate President Matt Huffman says they can afford it.
Ohio is the 13th highest tax state in the nation. We're the highest tax state that's controlled by Republican Party in the House, the Senate, and the governor. We have accumulated a huge cash surplus.
Some Democratic lawmakers worry this program would take away from fully funding public schools. Ohio's public school funding formula was ruled unconstitutional more than a decade ago. They say they can do both. They say we can fully fund vouchers and fully fund public schools. Do you believe that?
I think it's a tall order, and it's not something we've seen up to this point.
But Huffman says the Senate's proposed budget will give schools predictability and a clear path and plan. He says their budget also does innovative things in terms of tax cuts.
The budget that we'll reveal then would be very difficult for any conservative Republican to vote no on.
The Senate will accept their version of the budget early next week and send it back to the House on or about June 15th. Again, state lawmakers have until July 1st to pass the budget out of the State House. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.